Okay, so you guys have made it to the third and final recording for the fat loss module. In this particular recording, I'm going to be going over certain supplements that can enhance your fat loss experience and then learning how to maintain that fat loss that you've had, how to track and measure your progress, and then going over some real life results. So just bear with me, get ready for it. Now, there's really not too many supplements that will quote unquote really promise to help you lose body fat. However, we can be very strategic in how we utilize certain supplements, coming from protein powder to vitamin D to fish oil to magnesium. If we look at these in general, these supplements are just there to enhance your overall health and wellness. And if we enhance our overall health and wellness, fat loss is just simply going to be a byproduct from that. So, when thinking of protein powder specifically, the key reasons why we recommend individuals like our clients to be on protein powder or at least take it 1 to 2 times a day is because it's going to enhance your muscle rebuild and recovery. If we have muscle rebuild and recovery, we have more muscle mass. The more muscle mass we have, most of the time, the less body fat we have. Protein powder is also going to help us maintain our fullness, so it can prevent overeating when trying to be on a deficit to lose body fat, and it will increase our metabolism. So, protein in general, whether it's coming from protein powder or food sources that have protein, like steak, chicken, things of that nature, it will increase your metabolism. So, protein powder is probably numero uno when we're thinking of supplements. Numero dos. So, the second top supplement that I recommend individuals looking for fat loss to be on, or literally any person under the sun, to be honest, is vitamin D. Vitamin D is crucial for overall health and wellness for a couple of reasons. First reason, it helps boost our immune system and it helps boost our mental health. Mental health component, super important around certain times of year and certain areas of the world. The darker it is in the winter, people tend to be a little bit more not happy, I guess you could say. There is a thing called seasonal affective disorder that does exist, and it's actually linked to a vitamin D deficiency. So we should all be on vitamin D for that reason, honestly, but also it helps boost our immune system. What it can also do, which is important not only for females around certain life stages, but also for men, it helps regulate our hormones. Vitamin D is very important in dietary fat as well as fat health. Fats are important. We're never going to get rid of fats in our body, and vitamin D helps regulate that fat content. It helps regulate our hormones, which, if we look at those hormone structure, most of them have a fat base, so a dietary fat base or a lipid molecule. And that's why we need vitamin D. Looking over to the right-hand side, fish oil is also very important. Fish oil is healthy fats, essentially. They're unsaturated fats, which is very important for overall health. It helps aid in our cardiovascular health. Again, helps regulate our hormones because it is a fat molecule, and it helps reduce inflammation as well. Last but not least, magnesium. Magnesium is crucial, again, for most people, not just for people looking to lose fat. There's a lot of reasons why I recommend people to be on magnesium. One, it aids in muscle recovery. Two, it enhances your sleep quality. Three, it reduces inflammation and bloating. And then four, it helps balance your blood sugar out. So it's really, really, really good for you. Magnesium is probably the biggest underdog, I guess you could say, when it comes to supplements. Now, when we're looking at these four supplements for fat loss, you're probably asking, sure, Justina, I'll take these, but when do I take them to get the most bang for my buck? That's what I always tell to my clients. There could be a strategy. A lot of people, they may take magnesium with a different supplement, such as, I don't know, vitamin D. And believe it or not, when we take certain supplements together or certain nutrients together, they compete in our body. And then if they compete in our body, they don't get absorbed. Therefore, you're wasting your money on paying for these supplements. So I do have a strategy for where to have these supplements throughout your day. Most of the time, I recommend individuals to have their vitamin D in the morning with breakfast because most breakfast food items naturally have vitamin D in them, so it'll enhance the absorption of the supplemental vitamin D. Fish oil should also be taken in the morning as well, just because it's easier to remember to do the bulk of your vitamins in the morning. Protein powder, of course, should be immediately after your workout. And then if you look at dinner time, Magnesium should be had around nighttime or with dinner because it enhances your sleep quality and your recovery. The best recovery that we have is while we're asleep. So I highly encourage you to take your magnesium at nighttime. Some people, for example, myself, for the bedtime shake, I have protein powder again. So you may have protein powder twice in one day, especially if you're working out. So very simple, but also very strategic for supplements for fat loss. Now, the next conversation that I want to have is how the hell are you going to measure your progress and see whether or not you're making enough progress for fat loss? There are a multitude of different methods of how we measure progress here at CBG. I tried to consolidate it into bullet points. So if you do have questions, please, by all means, shoot me a message on Skool and I'll be able to help you out through it. But certain typical methods of measuring your progress is baseline. We need to have a baseline when we start a program or when we start our blueprint. So those are your starting metrics, your height, your weight, things of that nature that help us have something to measure over time and compare to. Other methods of measuring progress is utilizing your lifestyle factors. So, your sleep quality, if it's good, bad, if you have good or bad performance in the gym, actual biometrics. So, weighing in on a consistent basis, whether it be every other week, whether it be monthly, doing in body scans, food journals. These are all things that you should be doing. So I should actually mention that. Everything you see on this screen here are things that you should be doing on a daily basis, weekly, every other week basis, monthly basis in order to ensure your success in following the blueprints, okay? You should be doing self-assessments. This should be on a daily basis. So every time you eat a meal, self-assess yourself. How is your digestion after? Are you feeling full? Are you still hungry after having a meal? Do you have cravings on a particular day? These are all going to be important components of having you determine whether or not you should make a change to your blueprints, you should make a change to the types of foods that you're eating, so on and so forth. If we look over to the right hand side, these are more mindset things that I always encourage clients to do. So, behavior and habit tracking. We should always be self reflecting or self auditing what we are doing. So, for example, the holidays just happened here, Christmas just happened. If you are upset about certain choices that you made on Christmas, self reflect on those. Why are you upset? And then the self auditing component comes in. What are you going to do in the future when similar things happen? How are we going to make it better? That should always be in the back of your mind when trying to reach a goal, not just fat loss, but also for other goals that you have as well. Emotional check-ins with yourself. Are you happy, sad? Things like that. Sadness is correlated to unhealthy diet. So if you are feeling any of those things, it's important to kind of really track that for yourself. If you're adhering to your blueprints, if you have any behavioral patterns that you see right now, if you're stressed from work, if you're stressed from the holidays, these are all behaviors that help you understand certain eating behaviors that you may be doing around certain times of the year. And then finally, goal setting assessments. So, what you're going to do is you're going to take everything that you've gathered from your baseline metrics, lifestyle factors, biometrics, self assessments, habit tracking, and then start setting goals again. You're going to track short term goals and long term goals, and you will adjust those needs based off of the current phase that you're in, based off of current things that are happening in your life, so on and so forth. The reason why we need to have short term goals is because those short term goals help you get to those long term goals. So let's just say, for example, you're 250 pounds and you have a goal of weighing 180 pounds. That is a long term goal. That's not going to happen in a short amount of time. So that long term goal of weighing 180 should have small snippets of short term goals to lead up to that. So those short term goals could be like prioritizing protein for the week, ensuring that you're getting a certain amount of steps in throughout the day. Those are short term goals that help get to that big one. And those will help you feel more motivated. It'll help you understand what needs to change in order for you to get to that long term goal. Short term goals are honestly more important than the long term goal, if you want my opinion. So these are all 100% necessary methods of measuring your progress. And I challenge you to do so and let me know how you feel when measuring the progress. Last but not least, I just want to show you guys real life examples of fat loss that we have had here at CBG. It's just simply here to show you that this method of blueprints and self-assessing and self-reflection and just more so more sustainable approaches, it does work. Left-hand side, it's actually one of my previous clients. Her name is Ashley. She absolutely killed it in her fat loss goals. The middle picture is actually for postpartum. So, all of you postpartum moms, it is 100% doable to get to your weight loss or fat loss goals. And then on the right hand side, it's another one of my clients as well. She absolutely killed it in her fat loss goals. So, again, this is just here to show you it's doable, it's sustainable. All of these clients are still killing it, and you should not be too scared to try out the blueprint methodology for CBG. And then last but not least, just a contact card. If you ever have any questions, if you are interested in learning about our programs that we have to offer here at CBG, you can message me via Skool chat. You can go to our website and inquire, or you can message me on Instagram at Coach Justina. So I will always be here to help you guys out. Have a good one.